Hi, let's talk about information today. What is your approach to information? Is your approach getting in the way of you achieving your goals? Well, let's find out about some different ways to approach things. Now, the information that I'm covering today comes from my training with Precision Nutrition's sleep, stress management, and recovery coaching. Right. So when it comes to goal attainment, to behavior change, we look at mindset. We look at fixed mindsets and growth mindsets. So a fixed mindset is going to be the mindset that nothing needs to change, or maybe things need to change, but I'm not making any steps of changing it. Whereas a growth mindset, we start talking about things that we're going to actually do. And sometimes even just talking about the plan and when that plan is going to start can be part of a growth mindset. Right. So there's a time to have a fixed mindset and there's a time to have a growth mindset. But when we have a goal in mind that we have not achieved, we need to ask ourselves, what's our mindset? And is our approach to information getting in the way of achieving that goal? Because sometimes our own mind can get in the way of our best efforts. So again, we'll talk about how people deal with information. So there's three approaches to information. One is called a decision approach. The second one is a concept approach. And the third one is a skill approach. So going to decision approach, that's the person who says, I'll just decide to do it correctly. Right? So this is someone who tends to view goals as something that can be achieved if they just decide to do it. So I just need to start running, or I just need to start saving my money. That's a good statement to make, but if there's no action that follows that, then we're just kind of stuck in that decision approach. Like when I decide to save some money, I'll be able to do it. When I decide I want to enter a 5K, I'll just be able to do it. Right. Now, the next one is going to be the concept approach. And this is the person who says, I need all the facts first. This is someone who wants to learn as much as possible about something before they get started with any kind of action with that, before they start working on it. So they might read every book about finance. They might download podcasts about finance. They might study up on every app and every software about finance, or maybe the same thing when it comes to running. They want to learn as much as they can before they actually do it. You see, the problem is that that's delaying the action, is delaying that goal attainment. Now, the third approach is going to be the skill approach. And this is the person who says, I can start doing a little once I know a little. So they start taking action as soon as they have just enough information to get going. So with running, they get fitted for some shoes and they take a class and they actually start running in that class. With finances, they find an app, they start putting their financial information in the app, they start budgeting that day. That's going to be a skill approach. And remember, we want to move to that skill approach. We want to be someone who takes action so that our goals don't just go on forever and ever. So keep in mind that there's always an opportunity to learn. We don't have to master the theory and all the information behind something before we start to do something. Learn the basic tools that you need. Learn where to find help if you need it. Get started in some small way. That's how you move to a skill approach. And that's how you get closer to attaining your goals. It's by doing something. Now, in a future post, we'll talk about effort and consistency. But for now, which one of those approaches to information do you find yourself falling into? If you're not already at a skill approach, how can you move yourself from one approach to that approach where you're actually taking action and doing something towards your goal? Thank you for listening. Again, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe, share this information, and like this video.